that was my mistake with shrooms. I did shrooms about a year ago. It was actually when I was evacuating LA because of the riots. Went up with some friends in the mountains. Let's do shrooms. And it was my first time doing it. And the person who was supplying said shrooms basically gave me a huge plate like this big, stacked it, covered it in shrooms, and said, eat all of them, which is very irresponsible for someone's first time. I don't know. I just know it was a plate covered in shrooms.
Show me the size of the plate. Give me an example. Oh my God. So this is
it was like a dinner plate.
Like when you go to like Ruth's Chris and have a steak.
Yes. Yes. But it was shrooms. And I have never done shrooms in my life. I had no, because until you do a psychedelic, you have no concept of a psychedelic.
Right.
Like weed isn't anything close to it, not even the same planet. So I ate all of it. We walked down to the water and then the whole world changed. But the difference between shrooms and DMT is like, to me, with shrooms, you're still on Earth, even though Earth's heavily distorted and
that's because you have your eyes open and you're walking around.
That's true. DMT, you leave Earth.
If you were in silent darkness, if you were alone by yourself in the dark and you were laying down on mushrooms and you just closed your eyes, it'd be very similar.
Oh, okay. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
We were walking around and there's something about doing it. Like we were in this neighborhood in Big Bear with all these like cabins and like I started getting so freaked out that everyone was just watching from their houses. And it was me and 5 people. And so we were all tripping, walking back to the cabin from the water, holding hands, walking slowly. Like,
oh my God.
And I was like, are people looking? Are people looking?
They probably are. Look at these freaks holding hands.
No, yeah, for sure.
Balls.
And we were all like social media people or whatever. We were like, people are going to film this. It's going to be on YouTube tomorrow.
Wow. Be fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been ashamed.
It's not the best idea to do that publicly. A lot of people wind up doing that. They do it publicly and they trip balls and they walk around. But
or to eat a whole fucking plate.
Yeah.
I should have had one little shroom.
That's a good way to start.
Yeah.
A good way to start is like one and you get like a little feeling. Maybe like a gram. You know, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Before you want to get into like the 3 to 5 gram, like yikes. Like,
I think it's also very important to do it when you're maybe in a good place in life. Like I would never want to do it if I was in a bad place. Like when I did shrooms, half of my trip was really, really scary and really bad because I was in a bad mindset. Like LA was on fire. I was escaping. I felt unsure about the world. Right before we tripped, it was like a news report, like Trump going into a bunker as protesters ascend upon the White House. And I was like, let me escape this. I don't think it's good to use it like as escapism, shrooms.
Did Trump have to go to a bunker? Is that real?
I think he denied it after that, but I remember in DC when it was the riots happening and I think they moved Trump to a safe place. I'm sure he would deny it, but when I did DMT, I did it very recently and I'm in like one of the best places of my life recently. Like I'm in a new city that I'm actually really enjoying, even though it was a tough transition at first. Been through a couple of those. But I'm just very happy, so I wasn't escaping anything. I was like, teach me what you have to teach me.
Right.
Yeah. And then the second time I went even farther. But
it's very bizarre that it's so there. It's so easy to get to. It's just 15 seconds away. It's one of the most insane experiences that a human being could possibly encounter.
Yeah.
If there was a thing that you could, like a ride at Disneyland, it would be a mile long line to get into that fucking thing.
Right.
Everybody would be like, oh, I want to go on that ride.
Right.
Because it's so fucking crazy.